What you waiting for? It's time. Time for love. It's time. Time for the sun and sand. It's time. Time for fun. It's time. It's time. It's time to let your hair down. Come on. Come on. Come on. To have no fear. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. It's time. What you waiting for? It's time. 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 What you waiting for?
Like my man James Brown once said, I feel good. Ah! It must be that time again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live edition of the Merv Brito Show. My name is Donald Trump. Let's piss some people off. I said Michael.
Extra promotion. He doesn't need it.
Okay, sorry, Joanne, you're not a fan. My name is Merv Brito, and welcome to another edition of the show. It must be Sunday evening, and ladies and gentlemen, for all three of you that are out there, two of you, one of you that are tuning in to watch this show, welcome, welcome, welcome. Ajoy.
Baba, sir.
Actually, I always start the show with all of you guys and saying my thank yous before I get into my Ozzy speech, and I was so hungry today, and I went and had the loveliest. Ladies and gentlemen, as we always do, I want to say hello and thank you to the guys, the team, guys and the girls in the studio who make all of this possible, without whom I couldn't do what I do. So let's start off at the top, the big fella, the big dog. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ajoy Barreto.
Hey guys, another Sunday, and very, very happy to have you guys here with us.
He's sitting in the studio this week. The man from Siolim, who made me hungry today. He went to some function in Divara. Now get it, hey, Mr. Wilbert Cardozo. Willy Wonka.
Hello.
What was your favorite dish that you had today?
No, first tell us where you went. Whose party did you go to?
He's not revealing anything.
Was it a Hindu with a bunch of chicks there? Or was it what?
Chief guest Morito.
Chief guest or chief guest?
Chief guest.
I kind of forgot myself. Give me a moment.
Oh my God! You went to a function. You don't even know who was there.
It's about to show off,
I
guys.
was there for the food.
Oh, and he made me hungry. Told me about the pork and the beef, and I had to run out and get some food. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of food, my lovely wife, the beautiful Miss Joanne Brito. Why did I say that? Speaking of food.
I don't know. I'm
Sorry,
not
Wayne.
sure where the link was because I'm not doing that much cooking these days. But
That much?
That much. Not as much as what? How do you do it? What are you doing? This?
Yes, you got to
How
do
you
like
this.
this. 1 minute. Joanne Brito, how are you, my dear?
I'm very well, thank you. There's a lot of stuff going on this week, and I'm very proud to say there's so much of it going on, centered around the UK.
Yeah, we've got loads to talk about, guys. I have to mention, I'd be remiss if I don't mention the two guns that we have in the studio that are not on the screen. Mr. Yusuf Mataji and Mr. Neil Rodriguez. They're right here. Two handsome gentlemen. Yusuf, dip into the picture. Let me see your face on the screen, dude.
No, man.
Hey, go there. Go there.
Come.
What? No, there he is.
Yay!
The gunner, baby. He's getting fat, huh? Must have morte dista. Salta tuka. Little bit, not so much. Maybe that shirt is small.
The camera's put on 20 pounds.
Yeah, the camera puts on
His
20
fucking
pounds.
camera put on 40 pounds. Neil Rodriguez, I don't have a camera on you, but my friend, I want to say hello, welcome. Thank you guys for everything you all do to put this together. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a laugh, but there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that I get all the credit for because I'm sitting here running my mouth, and these guys do it all pre-show, post-show, during the show, and I do appreciate it. So for all of you, for all you do to make this happen, thank you guys very much. Yusuf actually spoke to my wife more than I did this week with all the editing and going back and forth.
He did.
But you guys are doing a good job, and I appreciate it. I've got my black T-shirt on. I'm in mourning because of a couple of the greats. I'm a huge Ozzy Osbourne fan. We don't have Ozzy in the background, do we? We've got Alice Cooper, we've got Guns, Rolling Stones. I don't have a picture of Ozzy.
But we've got
My
a montage
gosh,
of
that's
the-
sacrilegious. Man.
We're gonna do a nice. You've done a really nice montage, Ajoy. We're gonna do a piece at the end of the show about Ozzy and just our thanks and our admiration for the guy who's a great, great musician. True. What do they call him? The Prince of Darkness, but he was a rock
He was an
god.
absolute great. And where was he from again?
Birmingham.
I think
In
he
the
was from
UK, I feel,
Springfield,
yes.
Virginia.
Who's that? Sorry?
kidding, I'm
Oh, yeah, I thought you're talking about Ozzy.
We are talking about
Yeah,
Ozzy.
Birmingham.
I'm saying he's from the UK.
Yes.
Yeah, because Mervyn likes to claim them all for himself.
If you ask me, all the musical greats have come from there.
Shut
think
your mouth,
Very,
Except for
very,
Jimi Hendrix.
Very true.
Jimmy.
And maybe a few others.
Biggest bands come from the U.S., my friend. Don't let me.
Hello, the
You
Beatles,
guys take everything and
the Rolling
commercialize it, so
Stones.
then that's how it goes, right?
Okay, whatever. Ozzy Osbourne, and we also lost another great, a guy named Hulk Hogan. I grew up on. I used to watch the WWF as a child. I was a Hulk. What is it? I forgot what it is. Hulkamaniac. I was a Hulkamaniac. I used to follow the WWF back in the day with Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan and I can't remember, but he passed away sadly. So it's a sad time. It seems to happen in threes and fours because these all happened at one. This all happened this week.
Yeah, I know. It's really sad, actually.
We've got loads to talk about. And we're going to change the format up this week. We're going to talk about a bunch of topics that everyone thought was important enough, and we're going to bring to the forefront. And we have a quick, light-hearted discussion about a lot of stuff that we promoted. Yeah.
Yep.
What are we going through, Joanne? You go through the topics. You want to run through them quickly?
Okay. We're talking about the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, being in the UK.
In the
this
UK.
week.
Is he there for watch the cricket or?
Well, it was an amazing coincidence. You know, I really felt that he was maybe there for the cricket, but he did sign a very important deal.
Okay. What
So,
else?
yeah, we've got Narendra Modi. We're talking about, obviously, the cricket. So India.
India, UK. England.
England.
Who's going to win, Joanne? Who are you rooting for?
Well, England are winning right now. They're 2-1 up, and this is the fourth test, so they look likely to win this one, but who knows, there'll be a fifth. Let's see what happens.
All right. Go India.
Yep. So we're talking about the cricket. Obviously, there's the Women's Euros final.
It's happening tonight, yeah?
Yeah. So
The Lionesses.
Yeah,
Who are you rooting for, Joanne?
Who do you think?
Spain.
Not
I
this
like to
time.
lie to her.
I know.
She's got her UK flag, yeah? You got your England flag over there. Get it in the screen, love.
My
Get it in the
England
screen.
flag. See?
Garrett, there it
Very
is.
proudly waving it. This made me think, why did Goa not actually have a flag?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Why not? I
Yusuf
obviously
Mataji?
there's so much national
Saiba,
pride.
must एक flag design करे हमका. Going somewhere to me. We got the gore, right? The buffaloes are.
Yeah, FC Goa.
Gan mare design kore hamare. We should do that for the show, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, but there's no flag specifically.
We need to have one. We need an anthem. We need to be Goa proud. Moga. Make my old Goa great again. We'll get a flag going. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to get into all of this right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, like I say, this is an interactive show. You can get in touch with us. All our social media platforms, Mr. Barreto, YouTube. I'm not going to go through them all. There's a load of stuff online.
Facebook, X, Instagram, and most importantly, WhatsApp. Please do call us on 750-72-46246.
Mine's so good. Nia's laughing already. You know what I'm going to say.
How do you say it?
7507-246-246, baby.
Yeah.
What about the website? Check out the website.
Yeah, we have a website called www.themovbritoshow.com. So you
Where's
can
the dot?
Yeah, where's the dot? Willie,
I
sound
thought
like
it was
that guy.
promoting
Shit.
WWF there.
Willie. The website, if you want to go check out some of the previous content, some of the stuff we've recorded in the past, you want to check out what these guys look like, Joanne, Willie, Ajoy, they're on the website, www.themervbritoshow.com. Go check it out. Yes, Wilbert, I'm looking at the camera, my friend. These guys put so much pressure on me in the studio. I'm just trying to do my job. Guys, we'd love to hear from you.
Direction, that's all.
I don't follow direction. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love a message. You can get in touch with us. Leave us a like. I'd love you to leave us a like, a share, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Leave us a message. But more importantly, we want you to get in touch with us. The easiest way to get in touch with us is our phone number, 750-7246-246. You can come on the air with us. You can leave us a message, a comment, whatever you'd like. We'd love to hear from you. Coming up on today's show, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We'll get to Ozzy later. I mean,
Yeah.
Ozzy's going to be our ending. Will it, Ajoy?
Yes, of course.
But I think you wanted to say some special hellos to some of our very
Do I?
close friends who are actually watching the show live.
Oh, yeah? Do I? I don't know who's watching the show. I want to wish today's Ralph's birthday. Mr. Ralph Pinto, happy birthday. Just remember that. I sent you a message, you You
Friend
lovely
of the
lad.
show.
Happy birthday. I'll be seeing you guys on Thursday. We're going to give you all my money. You're going to give me all your money. Whoops, I slipped and said I'm going to give you all my money. We're playing poker on Thursday, and I will take your money that day. But for today, happy birthday, Ralph. And anybody out there celebrating a birthday, we'd love to know. We wish you on the air. Filomena Suarez. Thank you, Joanne. If she is watching the show, I'd love. I'm one of her biggest fans. She's a lady in Condolim, and I'd love to have a chat with her. She's getting up there. And I heard from her son that she watches the show, so I'd love to say hello to her live on the air. Let's get right into it. What are we talking about first?
So this week, Narendra Modi was visiting the UK to sign an historic free trade agreement. I'll put my teeth back in. He was signing a free trade agreement that was actually worth over $34 billion. So
Wow.
obviously that's
UK, India.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, किधर होता है आवाज बेस्ट है किधर होता है तो का थापड़ा दे रहे हैं. It's going to be. He's there right now, right?
No. He's left now because he was in the Maldives yesterday. He was one of
What the fuck is he doing?
guests of honour for Maldives
Wasting our money.
Independence Day. But before that, he was in the UK.
All these
for 2
trade
days.
deals are happening because of Donald Trump.
Well, no. This is something that's been in the works for quite a long time, and obviously, they wanted. There's been very historical ties, of course.
You meet King Charles. I wonder what he says.
See,
That's a lovely photograph.
it's
I
as
love
simple
that.
as this. If Trump ain't dealing, then you go to your nearest neighbor, right? The next best thing, which is the UK.
What do you mean the next best thing? They're not as good as the U.S. or something. You got to have good
No.
relationships with everybody. I wonder what he says to King
Relationships
Charles.
are now determined by how much money you can give and how much money you can take, right?
It's got to be a win-win. It has to work both ways.
So, Donald Trump, your friend, and
My
you should,
friend? When did he
yeah,
become my friend?
yeah, you should be really, you know what, interceding for us, making sure the money comes this way.
The
But
one
do you
thing-
want to send our third world money back that way?
The one thing I'd like that Donald Trump's doing this week was he was at Turnberry and he was playing golf, and I love playing golf. And it's so funny that he says Turnberry. He makes it sound like a fucking cereal. It's Turnberry.
Turnberry, yeah.
Turnberry. He kept on saying Turnberry.
Anyway, we're not talking about
Sorry.
Donald Trump.
Why do we always come back to Trump?
I'm
I hope they get this deal done, yeah?
No, this is
It's
done.
done.
It's
So
done.
ba-
It's signed. Historical deal was signed.
Basically, the deal eliminates tariffs and eases market access, unlocking new export opportunities across key sectors such as textiles, engineering goods, pharmaceuticals, marine products, and handicrafts.
And half the staff that work at Heathrow Airport.
आमसे मरे थे इस वगले.
No. The tariffs have been slashed from 15% to 3%. So obviously that's huge, and it's opening up market opportunities, and obviously for more trade exports from India.
He's got it on the screen right now. For Maharashtra, for Gujarat, for Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, loads of stuff that is happening, and it's important.
It's fabulous.
India is a massive. It's what is it? Probably one of the
Well, it's
biggest
the fourth
economy.
largest economy in the
Third
world.
largest, no?
Fourth. It's hoping to be third.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make is he needs to get these things done, but it has to work both ways. And I wish, it's not even one of our topics today, but I wish we had better agreements for tourism and put in place these stupid visa restrictions that limit the people that come to go and just make them jump through hoops to get here. Make it cheaper, make it easier. Visa on arrivals, this kind of stuff that needs to be done. Goa is a tourist destination, Mr. Barreto.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but have you noticed something? I was actually quite keen going through this list, and you missing our most famous state, our most loved state is not benefiting from the UK, mate. We are sending so many people there. Are more the Goa more.
Where's Goa mentioned? Show me
That's
Goa.
what-
That's
Goa's not mentioned.
Oh, that's sacrilegious. That's ridiculous.
Kidere?
That's
Send
terrible.
promote some of these.
Hey, Willie, go call
Not
Dr.
more
Pramod. Phone Marmato. Number Hamartenso.
Not
Why is he
really.
not? Why is Goa not on this list?
I don't know. Do
Apparel,
England not be
engineering,
going
jewelry. What do we not got? Jewelry. Got half of Rajasthan here. Leather. Freaking hand. What are you talking about?
Are Baba, at least Feni more.
Fanny. I'm going caro. Hey, speaking of which, they've knocked off. Get into the next one. I saw the other one y'all showed me. They did a bunch. They did a raid and they captured.
Oh no, you're jumping ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no jumping, no
What's wrong
jumping.
with
We
you?
spoke about booze. Fanny, he said.
Talking
Fanny
about
got
the
excited.
illegal booze. Yeah.
Can I'll give somebody in this is studio 100 points. You can tell me what my fingers smell like.
Oh, this,
I know.
by the way, this was a very funny incident that happened.
Chicken shako.
Yeah, that was sweet. I love
Gabrielle.
that.
Let's listen to
Close.
this.
That was sweet.
What was that?
So basically the
Translator.
Yeah.
the translator or the journalist, I think the international journalist from India, attempted to speak in Hindi in the UK, and the Prime Minister has corrected her, saying that we are in England now. We need to speak English.
Good on him. Good on him. PM Modi, good on you. I wonder what he said to Prince
I
Charles.
thought he was helping her out because she was struggling to do the translating, and he said, "Don't worry, we can use the English words
Yes,
in
that's
between."
right. I think you're right. Yeah,
You
correct.
speak English very well.
But I thought that was sweet. But he got a really rousing welcome, actually.
Well, it's a
Just
grand
really, really
welcome,
nice
PM
to
Modi, as
see
you
them
rise in the UK for the
play
crucial
that,
trade.
Adjo.
deal.
It's nice to see that. Nice to hear it.
What, it was 8:26 there. Man, man, let it all.
We should have had eight. Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. If our Goans had gone there at 8:26 or something.
You should have gone to. PM Modi. Check him out, dude.
But it was also, they were promoting the trade deal as well. So obviously wanting to kind of gee up some support as well, for both in the UK and at home. So that's great. I mean, it's fabulous. And also he met Keir Starmer as well as the King. So he was meeting all the greats.
Well, that representation needs to happen to keep these relationships up to date.
Yeah.
What else are we discussing today?
Well, the cricket.
No, we're talking about the voting age being lowered in the UK.
They should do that, guys. They should do that all around the world. If you can have young people go out and represent you in time of war, they go and fight for the country at that age, they can be allowed to vote. And I think even alcohol consumption, right? In the States, they dropped it down to 18 or something.
I don't know,
From
but
21?
the UK, 18, you're legally allowed to drink alcohol. At 16, you can drink it in a restaurant if you're having a meal with family. But of course, it's the right thing to do because you can go to war at 16. You can be you
Absolutely.
can join the army and everything.
They've lowered the age? Have they lowered the age?
They're aiming to because in local elections they can currently vote at the age of 16 and 17, but they're wanting to lower it for the general elections also.
Gotcha.
But you need to get more people engaged in politics because I heard something really quite scary that there's less people engaged in politics globally than there are engaged on social media, and that's real crying shame.
Well-
Because so many more young people are, glued to social media, but they're not so interested in politics, not understanding how they can make a difference.
Do you blame them? Do you blame them considering, the state of affairs of the world and especially how politics has not delivered in the upliftment of people? So I can believe that. And I can see why they're lowering the age now that you mentioned it. Yes.
We need to do a whole show about politics. I swear to God, it's a raw topic. It is a rife topic, but it needs to be spoken about. You're going to lose a whole generation. In the meanwhile, it's the wrong people that are in power that we need to fix, that we need to change. The only way that you can, like the guy in the mayor of New York who won the election. You turn it on its side when you actually have the voting system, and you cater to a whole new generation of people. But social media, your campaigns have to encompass all the things that young people are into. Your podcasting, your shows, your social media makes a huge difference when it comes to the number of people that come out and vote. No, it makes people more aware.
Absolutely. But the thing is, there is a lot more engagement on social media. But there's still that problem where people are in their own bubble and they get pushed the kind of content that they're searching for. So if you're leaning to the right, you'll get right-wing content. Leaning to the left, you'll get left-wing content. And that's what's really, really tricky. But if you want to make changes, who was the famous person here that said, be the change you want to see?
Me, I said that.
It weren't you, it was Mr. Gandhi.
Oh, it was Mahatma Gandhi?
Mahatma Gandhi.
I bit it. I took his rhyme. He said, be the change you want to see.
Absolutely. And
Ask
you
not
have
what
to-
you can do for... No, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
And who was that?
JFK.
That was indeed.
It was, wasn't it?
It was.
Fuck, I'm smarter than I look. I know I'm pretty and all, but I'm not dumb. No, that's the truth, though, yeah? The point is that we need to get more people interactive when it comes to politics, especially here in Go. It sickens me when I hear about these candidates that flip sides, jump back and forth. change parties. They've got families running all over the place. And then you end up ruling the world. And people are sitting there shaking their head and say, how did this happen? And how are we getting screwed? Well, you're letting it happen and not more people are involved. So I'm actually glad that you mentioned they're lowering the age in the UK. I wish they'd change some rules over here.
But what is the engagement of people voting here? I mean, you're not forced to vote. How does it work, Ajoy?
We're not forced to vote. I think the age for voting is allowed after 18 years of age. But like I said, what are people voting for? I open I turn on the news, and the news, particularly for India, is so not related to what is most important. So yeah, I think young people especially, would be very, very disillusioned, and they need to get their confidence back by firstly leading by example, our politicians, that is, and thereby you will get more people voting for causes that matter.
You've got to have, you want to engage people. You want to get people to exercise. They've got these brilliant video games, or these games you can play online that keep you dancing, moving, jumping, sports, whatever. They had the Nintendo Wii. You want to get people involved in politics, get it on social media. Everybody and their uncles on their phones. And you want to make people aware, you put it on social media. We have to do a show on politics. We need to get a politician in here to talk about how we can possibly change the political system that everybody, I don't care where you live in the world, everybody complains about. And as much as you get, I'm talking about, why are you laughing at me?
So Shehzari hai mere.
Who is this?
Who? Ajoy?
No.
Me?
What are you talking about?
Michael Lobo.
Shehzari
is family.
Yeah.
He's not my
Shehzari
family.
neighbor.
Huh?
Shehzari is neighbor.
Oh, neighbor. What is family in Konkani? Soiro.
So yeah, so
Soiro, no?
Soiro.
Okay, so he may be. I don't. Listen, I'm not directing this at any specific person, but when you talk to people in general, politics is a dirty, dirty topic, and it shouldn't be. Just like sex, it shouldn't be something. It's something you talk about at home, family, friends, whenever. You can't complain about it if you're not involved in making it happen properly, changing the situation. So I'm not going to get into it, but we're definitely going to do a show with a politician.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of behind the scenes footage that we have. You should see what Merv says about the politicians after the cameras goes off.
That's confidential.
Confidential, hey? Merv, I put you on the spot, didn't I?
That's an X-rated show, man. That's an X-rated show. Let me tell you, I've got a lot to say. We've got full-time jobs and we work very hard to earn a living and pay our bills. But it's sad because we love this place, and I come back to this every time. The whole idea, the main reason I do this is because I love this place we call home. It's a frickin' jungle, but I love it.
But the thing is also it's important to keep women engaged in politics, because obviously Indira Gandhi, she was Prime Minister a long time ago. So India was leading the way with female politicians. And, I think it's just really, really important, because, again, we were talking with some friends last night saying that you do need to have a bit more of a counterbalance, and you've got like a different dynamic when you've got females involved also. You see the New Zealand ex-Prime Minister Ardern. She was amazing through COVID.
But that's a smaller country, dude. There's a lot less.
But, in Australia, you're forced to vote. It's obligatory to vote.
I beg to differ. I have a lot of New Zealand friends who actually say the otherwise about Ardern.
I know this.
I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
She's done a great book, though.
I'm not going to get into it. That's not what we're talking about. The point I'm trying to make is, Ajoy, I think this world would be a better place if we had more women politicians.
We do, right?
No, we don't.
In Goa, they make all their wives politicians.
Yeah, Baba.
remember the Valentine's Day date? Valentine's Day voting, double date.
No, what about it?
What happened?
There were 5 peoples, like 5 couples sitting for elections.
Yeah, dude. But that's what I'm saying. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. And then we complain about it later. We need more women, Joe, and I agree with you. We need more women in politics. And the whole, even what's happening, everybody and their uncle are at war right now.
I know, it's
Thailand and Cambodia now fighting
crazy,
over something
man.
stupid, no?
The number of wars that are starting all over, and to know that we were also in war just recently, it's crazy. The world is
Pakistan,
crazy.
India, right?
Yes, that's right.
What happened about that? It was quelled?
I think it's been quelled by your man.
Who?
By your uncle, More.
DT.
Uncle Trump.
DT.
Keeps
like,
Trump uncle.
had a phone
DJT.
call or two.
DJ
Well, he claims-
F&T.
he
Turnberry,
claims-
Turnberry. He sounds like he's from fucking Swindon, no Turnberry. Mulberry, blueberry, Turnberry. He made a fucking pie.
Raspberry Pi.
I shouldn't say that, dude. I'll get my fucking passport rescinded. He did that to Rosie O'Donnell. He told her, right?
You better watch out.
Before we move on to the next topic, Murph, if I were to give you the power, the superpower to become a politician, and what would be the first thing that you would enact in Goa? What is the first thing, mate?
Brilliant question. I love that. What would be the first thing I'd implement here in
Implement
Goa?
that will have the widest impact.
God damn, that's a loaded question.
You know
Brilliant
what?
question, dude.
I'll tell you what, we'll hold on to that answer.
Guys, you know what? I love that question, and I want the viewers, listeners, anybody out there watching, leave us a comment, leave us a statement, an answer on WhatsApp. I'm going to read these out. That's actually, Arjo, you just opened up, what's it called? A can of worms, but
Yeah.
Pandora's
in a
box.
good way. Yeah, of course.
That is a brilliant question. If you could be politician and you could change something, if you could be the prime minister, what do you think is the most important, top ranking thing you would do to change?
What if you were CM here? You mean?
Yeah. Or even if I was Narendra Modi for India.
Okay.
But we're talking more about Goa though. What would
Yeah.
you do? For me, I would have rules changed. You can only run for a certain amount of terms. You can't jump parties. There's so much I would do to change.
But also, I think you've got friends in the internet service provider industry that would want you to make some great changes.
Yeah, you know what? All around. It's so sad. I see these countries, and I'm going to digress a little bit. You have all these countries being supported around the world with funds from the first world, and I genuinely believe these countries have got to learn to help themselves. Some of the biggest causes, they had Live Aid, they've got this thing for Africa and this, that, and the other. You've got so much corruption where funds are being siphoned off that should be actually used to feed the people. Don't feed them fish. Teach them how to fish. Grow crops. Take care of your own. Stop putting that money in your pockets. You don't need to support these other countries that generate enough. So I don't want to get into
If
this.
I may answer my question really quickly before we move on, I would personally want to change the mindset, implement something, a social engineering project, which encourages, gives people confidence in politics by making them vote for change for themselves rather than actually voting for a politician.
Ajay, that didn't answer anything. You know what? I'm giving you negative applause for that. Is it got negative applause for that?
I'm just
What kind of
gonna-
bullshit is
I'm
that?
No, you don't understand.
Can you explain it?
Okay,
I'm
what
not
was the
sure.
saying that...
Konkani, Mare,
no,
let's-
I can't say it in Konkani. My Konkani sucks. I'll learn on the show, though. We have some time. You said, what did Mahatma Gandhi say? What is that saying you had mentioned earlier?
He said
Be
the
the
first guy that comes up against you, punch him in the fucking face. No, he didn't say that. Non-violence. What
Be
did he
the
say?
change you want
Be the
to
change
see.
you want to
Be
see.
the change that you want to see, right?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that I had actually bumped into a couple of voters here in Goa. And I'll never forget this conversation I had when I asked them, why would you vote? You know what was the question that was thrown back to me?
Why would you vote?
Why would you? What are the reasons you would vote? What are the pressing issues that you vote on?
Okay.
And an educated Goan told me this, that I will only vote for what I will get in return. So that is the attitude that I'm talking about that we need to change. If we don't change that attitude, you're not going to get the right kind of people at the helm of affairs trying to do good for Goa and for India and for the world. It's for that.
I've got a brilliant. I'm not just pretty, guys. I'm fucking smart. I've just got to listen. I've said this 100 times. If you want to do something and you want to do it well, don't reinvent the wheel. Pick the country that has the best judicial, legal, political system in the world and replicate.
I think it's Singapore.
Yeah, but Ajoy, that's the answer, dude. Why can we not? Obviously, I'm asking
How
you a
can
loaded
we? Not
question.
why can't we? How can we?
Yeah, how can we? Listen, you want to introduce a new technology. You want something. Don't try and start from scratch and build it yourself. Go to a place where it's being done and done really, really well, and replicate. Do it at home. So there's my answer, and everybody should vote for that answer, by the way. I think it's a good answer, seriously.
No, everyone wants to.
The
see
political
what they
system
get
here is a
out of it.
joke. It's a flicking, and people around the world, our Goans that live around the world will tell you that. They don't do much about it because they can't, they live overseas. But at time of voting, everybody should vote. And you've got to change the fundamental, the basics of politics here in Goa to have a good government. right?
True.
That takes care of the people. You pay taxes. You want your money spent to take care of the people. Yes, ask what your country can do for you. Listen, I'm happy to pay my taxes. I'm happy to follow the rules, but I don't want to get screwed by the crooks running the show.
But that's the problem.
Can I say
right?
that?
Yeah, absolutely. It is a fact.
I think it's the easiest answer, actually. You know what? I just answered myself. I've thought about it long and hard, and I could never think, Yusuf, you're scaring me, mate. I could never realize, I could never think, Yusuf, say something, goddammit. You got a mic in front of you. What do you think, Yusuf? Let's ask Yusuf a question. Come on.
No, earlier days I used to get money for vote.
Ooh.
See, but that's a problem. That's wrong, right? You used to get paid to vote.
Both
Used to
the
get,
parties.
and you always chose the daru.
no, I don't
You took the
take
money, you
money
took the
from-
fucking
no,
booze.
the-
Biryani, biryani.
Huh?
Biryani.
Nah, shut up. He's saying that because his family is listening. I bet you he took the booze.
No. He's
Ek
good
batle ho gaya mare.
boy.
Maja
He's
vote
good
maan.
boy this year. Otherwise is
He's gotten so fat, dude. Anyway, sorry. What?
You're so rude.
I love you, Yusuf. I'm only kidding. What would you say is something that you would want to change first? If you were the PM, what's the first thing you would change with politics?
I will take the right to vote from the people.
Take the what?
Right to vote.
you take it away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hari,
Okay.
Baba,
I believe
you
in
not
that.
get
Become a
I believe
dictatorship.
in
Dictatorship. He wants to
Not in
follow your
democracy.
example.
dictatorship.
Yeah, he wants to
Let him
follow your
explain. I want
example
to
from
hear
last
this.
Sunday.
I want to hear this. He lost me, man. You would take away the right to vote.
Yeah, democracy sucks.
So what would you be? You want to be like what?
Yeah, dictatorship.
Okay. What, like Putin and like
Fuck.
what Trump's
Send
trying
this
to
kid
get
to
to?
goddamn North Korea.
What the heck?
Let him live in North
Because then
Korea.
only it all will change. Otherwise it won't change.
So you'll become like Kim Jong Un.
Yeah. Then everything will.
Turn his mic off. Turn his fucking mic. I can't believe you said that, by the way. You're going to piss off a lot of people, Yusuf.
What would be
His name is Yusuf Mataji. His number is 9673-829. Vegetarian.
Hey, listen.
What
What would be the
You think I know his number by heart, or what?
what would be the Indian name equivalent of Kim Jong Un? Let's give it to him, man.
Yusuf Pitaji.
Pitaji, correct.
That's not an answer. You said that answer sucked.
By the way, somebody has given us
Jason Pramodan.
a comment on this point. Jason Pramodan, yes.
Jason Pramodan. I know Jason Pramodan.
He says
His
first
mom,
thing-
Bernadine Pramodan.
Oh, I see. Okay. First thing he would do would be to sort out the whole taxi mafia and also to curtail the insane overdevelopment going on.
Jason Pramodan, thank you for your answer. That's a very good answer. You're getting a round of applause. I know Jason, and he's a smart. You know what? We should add this to a list, by the way.
But we're actually going to be talking about Goa tourism actually a little bit
All right,
later
we're
on. But
digressing.
That's a great point.
I know Jason. I know his mom, Bernie. I remember his dad. His dad was a rock star. They used to listen to us on Indigo, and he sadly passed away. Thank you, Jason. If anybody else wants to leave us a comment, 7507-246-246. Sorry, Joanne.
No, I was just
Say it.
I was just echoing you. That was
7507.
246.
246.
Next topic.
Okay, Willie, what's the latest with the England-India test?
Who in this
I
room
think-
watches cricket? Because I'm not a cricket person, dude.
No, but India.
Will you
Willie's
explain
quite
cricket?
into it.
It's a
I think
five-game
they're Welsh
series?
at the moment.
54-4.
Hey,
Yeah,
speaking
in-
fucking English, dude. So explain like we can understand. What do you mean 54?
254-4. India is playing cricket.
Okay,
Like
can you
batting
start
right
off?
now.
Can you start off again? This is a 5-game match.
So it's a test match.
So test match means
This is the fourth test,
okay.
and the England are up 2-1 at the moment.
So it's best of 5.
Yes. So
They're up 2-1.
England are up 2-1, and they're actually in the lead right now. Willie, what's the latest? Because England.
Do a sports reporter,
India
dude. Come on,
was-
Willie.
No, India was, holding strong actually.
Talk
Yeah,
about it,
for
Willie.
the first
Just give us a
test.
live update.
Yeah, so for the first test, India was leading by 1-0, and then India suddenly got back up, and now they are leading for the fourth test.
Oh my God.
So what were you up to now? What's the score?
So right now, India is trailing by 61 runs, and current score is 250-4.
Come on, India.
I got a question on
Bola.
cricket, and this is pertaining to our lovely state of Goa. Why aren't we, doing well enough in cricket. We should be doing really well. I think we have some good facilities.
I think you got late today, dude. You're asking some really good questions. What would be the best political, thing you'd want to change? Great answer. Why don't we have a flag in Goa? Brilliant
That was
question.
me.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
That is a
She didn't get late today.
No.
But you're
don't
right.
go there.
Why don't we have? And I asked you this when we had Axel on the show. Why don't we have more musicians?
Yes.
I asked you when I had Mark on the show. Why don't we have more prominent sports people? Why don't we have our own cricket team?
We do. We have we have a state cricket team, but I don't know why we don't progress, because I think we should be considering. I think the Goan government, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was planning on building a new stadium somewhere in Goa for cricket. So we should be doing more, and I think in football, cricket, we should be leading the way.
We've got talent here, guys. We've got a
Therefore.
lot of talent. I hope India wins.
Yeah, but did Modi actually go up to Manchester,
Not a
to
clue.
Old Trafford to see the cricket?
I don't have his number, but if I did, I'd call him and ask him, and I don't.
My
a fine
gosh,
shame
if he
if he
did
didn't.
that on an official trip,
He should know,
Well,
shouldn't
he
he?
should have done.
Support the team, dude.
I don't think I think I would be okay with him doing that, but I don't think the Indian opposition would have kept quiet about it. So
That
I
would
think
be an amazing thing to do, and I think it would have been the right thing to do, because basically in the Wimbledon final, Alcaraz actually specially thanked the King of Spain for
Who
coming
showed
to
up for his
support
match
him.
now?
Yeah, and
I
that
think
would
Modi
be a
should have
lovely
gone. Of
thing to
course,
do.
you have to show some support, dude.
business before pleasure, my friend.
Oh my God, Ajoy, you are such a wet blanket.
Well,
okay,
I
next,
know,
come on, guys.
I know that Prince William is actually going to Switzerland to cheer on the Lionesses.
Check it out.
Come on,
Joanna's been gonna.
England.
It's on tonight, yeah.
It is, yes. They're playing Spain this evening.
Go Spain. No, who are we rooting for?
So it's actually a rerun of the World Cup final from a couple of years ago when England lost 1-0. But England are actually the current European Championship. So
Favourites?
Well, they're slight underdogs.
Germany's the
but
favorite,
Germany lost. They're not there.
but they are they're always the favorite.
They're
Germany's the
not.
team to beat,
No,
and they were out.
Spain are the number one team at the moment because they're the world champions. But anyway, as it stands, it's probably going to be a bit of a tight match because England have done a few get out of jail free cards.
They lucked out.
In the
Just say it.
dying
They
minutes.
lucked out, dude.
Well, but they've got some great people. They've got a great team. So we've got a great new player, Michelle Angerman. She was just fantastic. She basically
She scored that goal, right?
Yeah, she scored.
awesome.
She basically scored in the 96th minute to basically get England some extra time in their match against Italy. Italy were already celebrating the fact that they were through to the final, but then she scored in the 96th minute. So she's one of these super subs. So she's just made some amazing gains for the team and like really kind of building up the momentum.
We wish them all the very best, and I will be rooting for England, by the way. Come on, India, you got to beat the UK in cricket, but I want to see
England, not the UK, it's England.
England, whatever. Dude.
I
Sorry,
got
I'm
a
sorry.
question. The men's English team
Yeah.
win a Euro final, a Euro Cup, or Euro Championship ever?
They haven't won it. They won the World Cup in 1966.
What?
And we've still been
I didn't want to remind you. I didn't want to remind you about that. But what happens if the women's team wins the Euro finals?
They've already won.
Oh.
They won. They're already current European champions. So they won in 2022.
Yikes.
So they beat Germany, who were our arch nemesis for the longest time anyway. Germany got knocked out by Spain. So.
Okay, so I've already said I hope India beats England in the cricket,
Yeah.
and I hope England beats the Lionesses beat the Spanish club tonight in the.
So much.
And if they do, Joanne's going to tweet us, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but listen, guys, I'm ditching you lot so that I can just watch the final. You do what you want to do.
Okay, what's next on the agenda? What are we talking about next? Nobody told me what my fingers smell like.
This is a fantastic piece of news when it comes to medicine.
Fabulous.
hell?
Unbelievable news.
From France to indoor, we wanted to speak about this is long distance surgery from France to indoor, surgery performed across 10,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
First of all, that dude looks like a poker player. He doesn't look like a fucking doctor. He doesn't look. He looks like a poker player. Number one. Number two is, would you like somebody to work on you from 10,000 kilometers away?
Wait a minute. They're all having. I don't know if they're sunglasses, but there must be some special glasses, mate.
Yeah, they are.
Because why would you want somebody operating on you with sunglasses on?
I was chilling, mate. I was operating on this chick
Jesus.
10,000 miles away, and I was chilling with my glasses on.
They've probably
Obviously,
got Meta AI glasses or something.
there are. They've got to be glasses that they use for the. They can't look at a screen only. They have to have these optical whatever to be able to enhance what they're
But
working.
the phenomenal thing was the surgery was performed remotely from France on patients in Indore in India.
I think
mean,
that's
how
phenomenal.
is
That's
that?
awesome.
It says, the report here, 2 complex surgeries performed remotely between France and Indore using SSI mantra. Okay, I don't know what that is.
Gastric
bypass took 44 minutes with no complications reported. Robotic system controlled with minimal delay and high precision.
Hey, Yusuf, gastric bypass.
44 minutes it
44
took.
minutes.
Geez, I really require that, man. When can I sign up?
So there was
I think that's remarkable. I think that's amazing that they're able to do this. What's next? I mean, technology. You know what? If you can't bring the patient to the doctor, you get the doctor to do it remotely.
Can you get waiting lists down in a lot of these countries if you're getting doctors remotely operating
I was
on you?
just gonna say it solves a lot of problems that you have with the shortages of doctors, overtime, working hours, this, that, and the other. Like call centers, you just basically call into a doctor. And they can remotely operate on you. That is cool.
It's unbelievable.
It's not going to be the doctor, my friend. It's going to be the robot. R2D2.
Oh,
But there's nothing wrong with that. No, what's wrong with that? It can be done. It's remotely done. You've got a lot of people that are in third world countries that cannot afford to be able to fly to a first world country or whatever. They can't even afford to go to the hospital. If you can have robots perform surgery to save lives, I think it's a good thing, dude.
My dear friend, it's got nothing to do with robots. You know, the Hippocratic Oath is actually a doctor having to help people no matter what. It's all about money. So trust me.
It's not about money.
It
It's
is
about
about
saving
money.
lives.
There are a few people who focus on saving lives, right? There are very few doctors.
I got to talk about my doctor, but I want to mention Dr. Lloyd.
Absolutely.
And he's flipping awesome. And I missed his Toastmasters. I was supposed to go to
That would have been
Toastmasters.
amazing, actually. We need to go to
Joe,
the
we need to
next
have somebody, Joanne, we get somebody from Toastmasters, but he's involved in so much. He's involved in, he does
Just
courses,
first aid classes and everything.
first aid, life-saving. He does a lot of stuff, and he's a great doctor. But we're going to get it. We're going to
But
ask
he did
him.
a TED talk as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did a TED Talk.
Yeah.
We didn't get that. He was
We
supposed to
should
send
get
that
him
to
on
me.
as a guest.
We will definitely get Dr. Lloyd on the thing. All I'm saying to you is the Hippocratic Oath is basically to save lives. You don't give a shit about anything else. I don't care how much money you have, insurance you have. I need to save a life first. We'll worry about that later, no?
Yeah, absolutely. But this is an amazing development, actually, and I'm sure
Brilliant.
we're going to see lots more of it.
Wonderful. Okay, let's get on. I'm gonna listen. There's gonna be messages and all. Are we taking? We're not gonna take any calls. You just respond to people that are messaging.
Yes.
But we're not gonna do a bunch of calls because we're gonna run out of time.
Yeah.
You want to go on with the next one?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, again, this is involving doctors. This is more of a sad story. This was the jet crash in Bangladesh
Another
that crashed
one.
into a school. I think Wilbert was going to talk a little bit more about this.
Willie, what
Yeah,
happened, dude? 20 dead after an Air Force jet crashes into Bangladesh school.
So
Yeah, and 17 of those were school children, and one of them was the fighter jet pilot himself.
All sad.
So apparently, there was some something wrong with the jet, and the pilot lost control, and he crashed into the school in Bangladesh, Dhaka, the capital city. And this was on 21st, and on the 22nd, they had a full day of mourning for all the people who lost their lives, and more than 170 people who are injured over there.
I listen. It's happening so much. We went for years without having any plane crashes or any mishaps, and in the last couple of years, we've had so many. We had those 2 crashes in the U.S. on the Potomac. We had the Air India crash. There's loads of this. It just happens in bunches.
it's just really.
And unfortunately, because we live in a very densely populated part of the world,
Yeah.
because these planes are flying over these areas,
Yeah.
not only is there going to be loss of life on board, but even on ground, it's going to cause a lot of havoc. As you can see, Bangladesh has a huge population. So does India.
So does India.
Yeah, I don't know if it can be avoided. We have to create basically flight paths which are moving away from populated areas. So.
Yeah. I was going to say, I was actually doing some good news research earlier on in the week, and actually there is a site, I think we've got a story from one of their sites, which is Good News Story, and it was actually saying that in a split second with the Air India crash, the pilot actually did make a decision. He would obviously have seen a more populated building in front of him, and then he saw one that looked more derelict, and that's the one he headed a little bit towards that. And so they're claiming that, he had tried to avoid even more loss of life.
Even that's a really
So
tricky story.
horrific.
We're not going to get into Air India.
I know, it's so sad.
We're not, unless you have the answers. Everybody can. There's so much conjecture and so much these stupid theories that are out there. Unless you know. But what scares me is that even after people, what's the word? Even after they dissect the black box and they go through that stuff like that, I hope the proper, the right, the true information comes out.
Yeah.
Because these people lost their lives. A lot of people innocent people lost their lives. They're talking about those manual switches. We had this discussion again last night over dinner. Those switches are manual. There's so many theories about what happened, and they were asking each other, did you do, blah, blah, blah. There's nobody to blame. I mean, it's a damn shame, and until these...
Yeah, but
If
there's
it's-
supposed to have been some directives about the potential problems with those particular switches also.
And they were checked for that. It was checked in 2 times.
Until you know the answers, you can't blame anybody. We can't we're not going to be part of that team that makes, what do they call it? Making, not aspiration, making allegations. We don't do that here.
Of course.
We want the actual
We don't
factual
know the story,
evidence.
but the sad thing is there's obviously all the families who are left behind that are having to deal with that overall impact. That's the really terrible.
And did I read correctly that is it the Indian government that would be responsible for this? They sent the wrong bodies to the UK.
Yes,
I don't know how far that's
Shut
true.
up.
I'm not kidding
I read
you.
that.
Air India crash?
Some remains.
Yeah, man.
The Air India crash.
The Air India crash. But I don't know if it's true. I could be wrong. I'm just...
They sent the
thought
wrong bodies.
Yeah, mate.
What did they
Some
send
of
some
the
live
remains,
people over
they
there?
said.
No, they sent the wrong... I don't know what... probably they've sent the wrong victims' bodies.
I think it's very sad. Our thoughts and prayers, as you should always do, our thoughts and prayers go out to the loved ones in Bangladesh and anybody around the world that's going through a hard time who's lost people. Life is something precious. We take it for granted, but we need to live and love and take care of each other like it's our last day anyway. Yeah. It's only when you lose somebody do you realize how precious life actually is. It's a gift. Correct. So our thoughts and prayers do go out with the people in Bangladesh who lost their loved ones. Okay, next story.
So we're actually talking about
Yeah, get that in.
the Konkan Railway.
Look at the shape of that bridge. Look at the state of the bridge, mate. Has anybody done any maintenance on this? This looks like the Pato Bridge, no?
No.
Baranaki.
What?
Look at it's like fully rusted. Mumbai Goa car carrying train launching. Wow. Konkan Railway to launch first ever car ferry train service between Maharashtra and Goa.
Yeah.
Good idea. I think it's a good idea because if people don't want to drive, the roads are horrible. You want to minimize traffic. You put your car on a train. You know what I thought about when I saw this story, by the way? I miss the old Bombay to Goa ferries. Why? You have the Ro-Ro ferries that they're building here. Why don't they have a ferry where you can drive on and you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone? You get a nice overnight vacation to Goa. You arrive in Bombay or Goa, whatever your destination is. You remember the old Bombay Goa ferries, Ajoy?
I do, as a child.
Are you stressing that as a child?
Yes.
They were awesome, dude.
Awesome.
I like this. This is a good story, no?
Yeah, and I think they are expecting for Ganesh Chaturthi that
They're
they
expected to
want
launch the train service before Ganesh Chaturthi.
Mm-hmm. I think
It's a
that'd
good
be
idea. no?
amazing. I'd love that, honestly, because I find the roads here so scary. We only did 1 trip, Goa, Mumbai, and I hated it. I had the worst headache because it was just a stress headache. It was overnight as well. And we were racing back down to Goa, and yeah, you take your life in your hands. It's
Times
very
have changed. They've got beautiful highways.
Better, but still.
Beautiful. From here to Pune, here to Mumbai. No?
Yeah, but
the
has
highways.
the driving improved?
Yeah, that's a good point. It will never improve. Baba, go to the RTO tests every day to Panjim. You will get your answer.
Can I tell you something funny? The last time I went to the RTO in Mapsa, You know what I stepped in?
Oh,
Cow dung.
Cow dung.
It's good
And
luck.
It's everywhere.
It's good
it
luck.
wishes you could
You've
look
got
there.
wild cows. You've got bond spit on the walls in the RTO office here. These are the guys that are testing people to give them licenses. They can't even keep their own house clean. It's scary. It's
Merv,
sad.
Merv, this is all part of real world, training. You have to you move between those impediments in the road.
That's not what it's about, man. I stepped in cow dung at the fucking RTO office. It's like going to the saying I stepped in cow dung going to the shopping mall. You shouldn't have cow dung around there, should you?
Well, it's part of your environment, and you have got to move around those things, mate.
Man, I expect to step
It's
in potholes.
slippery. Imagine throw a little bit of water there, and you have ball tires. What's it going to do?
I think it's a good idea. What they're launching this ferry service. It's been around. I don't think it's new. It's been around forever. But now more people are taking it up because they don't want to drive that long distance to get a car to Goa or Mumbai. They put it on a train. Show me that picture again. I want to see that picture again, dude. That is a long line of trucks on a. Wow.
But you're not allowed to sit in your car whilst.
Oh, would that be cool?
No
I'd
way.
hide in the car. I swear to God, I'd hide in the car. And then once the train comes, I'd pop my head up and take out my bottle of Urak or Fanny or Old Monk and just sit and enjoy the trip.
No, health warning. Absolutely not. You do not drink and drive.
I'm kidding.
By the way, Merv,
Yeah.
I just found a treasure, like a long lost treasure.
Get
Can you
it,
guess what it is?
What?
Recently, you said something which jogged my memory. I thought I must share.
Baba.
I found a Fanny bottle, mate, from the 1980s, just lying in the cupboard.
Fanny.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Does
did
Fanny
it
go
have
bad?
Fanny in it?
It's got Fanny from 1980s, dude.
my
The old
God.
world bottle.
Blow your head off.
If it was in
Old bottle with the. Do you remember that?
No, I don't drink Fanny.
So we can go on one of these sprains, man. We got to pop that bottle opener.
If it was in if it
Try
was
it on the Ro-Ro ferry instead.
I got a question. How is Tesla going to be maneuvering on top of there?
where did Tesla come into this picture? The Tesla's launching in India now.
Arey Baba, you have to move from here to Goa, from Goa to Maharashtra, Maharashtra to Goa, Tesla more.
By the way, if they found that Fanny bottle in Wilbert's house, it would have been an empty Fanny bottle from the 1980s. Ain't nothing lasting in Willie's house. Boy, he loves his Fanny.
Oh, please, I don't drink.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Your girlfriend and Mama are listening to the show. Mama, he drinks, huh?
No, he's
Baba, Willie?
teetotal.
He's a teetotaler?
Hey Baba, he's a good
Now,
boy. He's
now
a good boy,
na kare. Good boy, he's good boy.
Kaza zaungdi, poile.
Kya re? When you getting married, Willie?
1.5 year.
Arey, I thought you said this year, now it's become 1.5 kidin
I
more.
never said this year.
Really?
I'm getting in shape now.
Yeah,
the
you're
wedding.
getting into, it's a round shape is what you're getting into, mate.
I-
Fucking shape.
I went
You
for
and
that.
Yusuf over here.
I went
Yusuf-
for that robotic surgery to remove the bloody pins from the stomach.
You need to have, what is it called? What is it called?
Liposuction.
No,
Oh,
gastric.
a gastric
Gastric
I want to get that
Oh,
surgery.
don't, because well, you can either do that or you can get a Zempic injection.
Oh my
Ozempic.
God! Have you looked at Sharon Osbourne lately? That's crazy, man.
Ozzy's wife?
Yeah. We'll come to that. We'll bring that up. When we
Yeah.
come to the
Okay,
TLC.
so car ferries,
Yes.
Mumbai to Goa, Goa to Mumbai. You don't want to drive. Put it on a train, and so what do you do? Then you have to go into
So
the train and
basically
sit in the
you're-
train.
Yeah, you're on the train, so you're sitting in a carriage
That's
while
cool.
your car is being transported. so
Brilliant
you can
idea. Good
relax.
suggestion.
And you arrive
So-
fresh.
So you talk about robotic bypass. This is another form of bypass.
There you go.
Indeed.
I still want the old Goa ferries, the boat, the ships. Like they have across the channel.
Of course.
I'd love to do that, dude. That'd be so cool because you get a vacation out of it too.
They,
No?
they keep talking about reviving it, though, don't
Put
they?
a casino on the boat. You put your car on the boat, and you've got overnight to get to Bombay or Goa with a casino.
If it was a casino boat, they'll make you come on. They'll drop your car off in the middle of the ocean and never let you leave, mate.
Okay.
Or
No,
maybe
but
they take your car for this thing. Like if you lose a lot of money, then they'll seize your car.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's really quite a very clever idea, boy, Baba. Make that a very smarties. Okay,
So
next.
we
What are
were
we going?
talking. No, we were
Tesla.
talking about no. We'd been talking about the Ro-Ro ferries, and we were asking the charges involved. So some of the politicians are actually just wanting to make sure that they were relaxing the fares for some of the local people. So there has actually been a decision made, and they've announced the charges. So I think you're going to call that.
How
a
much are you going to charge? 30
Yes.
rupees per trip.
30 rupees per trip was the pass, I think. So, no, the official notification said that cars, three-wheelers and four-wheelers will be charged rupees 30 rupees. Frequent users can offer a monthly pass priced at 900 rupees. Medium commercial and medium passenger vehicles can be charged up to 100 rupees per trip. A monthly pass costing 1,500. I think that's fair, man.
Oh, I saw it was saying
Build a
6,000
fucking
for a
bridge.
monthly
Solve your
pass.
problems. You don't need a goddamn ferry.
See,
Kidya kare?
listen, we are from Devar.
Again?
Didn't our chief guest come today?
Chief guest.
He didn't come.
Really,
He
Mare?
made the effort, Mare.
Baba, I had roast pork, I had roast beef, but I don't know the name of the function. Whose function I went to? I forgot. How can you go to somebody's party, eat their goddamn food, and not even know their names? Give them a shout out,
This
Willie.
is a very Goan thing, by the way.
Shut up.
You go for any Goan wedding, just keep an eye out for those guys. Just walk in. You know, they
Willie's
sample the
laughing.
food.
He went and tore into somebody's meal. He went and ate their food, drank their drinks, and he doesn't even know the names.
It was at Mercury Divya Resort in Diwar.
Thanks,
What
Mare.
was
It was a
this like?
brunch.
What
Is this
was
gonna
the
be where your
occasion, my
wedding
friend?
Is it? Are you testing it out for your wedding?
No.
Okay.
It was actually a fundraiser, I think.
I think you spent any money? Did you raise any funds? Did you donate any money? You cheap bastard. I'm
Well,
kidding. Obviously,
I was
he's
going to say for these ferries, the majority of the fares are going to be charged to the tourists. In fact, so the rental cars are 300 rupees a trip. The rental bikes 100 a trip, and tourist pedestrians 50 a trip.
I have to say I'm not a big fan of these ferries. I would rather do a bridge and make it more environmentally friendly. You burn a lot of fuel, you burn a lot of natural resources going back and forth. It's stupid. I love Goa. I love my waterways. You're disrupting the fish. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. They're out there. They're already being done. I just would think a permanent solution like a small little bridge and get you in and out of Diwar, Shorao, all these places that we love so much. It'd be a heck of a lot better on the environment.
But having said that, the reason why the islanders don't want it is because it'll be the end of that island. I know for a fact for Diwar, if you build a bridge, it's going to just bring a lot of footfalls and a lot of litter and dirt.
Why? Listen, instead of trying to figure out a problem the wrong way, you can't limit who comes to your island. I can't limit who comes to goddamn Goa and my beaches. Can I? You need to be smarter and you need to implement rules and regulations about not littering. Put some trash cans out there so people can put litter in a trash can, right? Clean up the beaches. Don't allow glass on the beach. All these things, just common sense. Diwar and Shora are beautiful. You cannot say who can come and who cannot come. I'm just saying the way you get there, you're not going to invite more people with a bridge.
Yeah, but this is India.
Yeah, this is India, mate. It's not a question of not. They're more than welcome to come across. But I feel that when you charge 100 rupees, for example, there's a sense of responsibility, and Indians don't want that responsibility on their pocket. 100 rupees makes a huge difference in filtering out the serious people compared to the non-serious people. That's what I've seen now.
So, but the thing is, though, I was going to say, if you're charging tourists, how do you know if a domestic tourist is not a local when you're getting on the ferry? We
Point.
wouldn't necessarily always.
But
do
you
that,
know
would
what? I must say, and I'm very proud of this fact, that I don't know of many Goans who litter
Shut
just
up.
for that.
That's not true at all. I shouldn't say. Excuse me.
Mo, I'm not
Be
say-
quiet. That's not true.
No, I didn't
worst.
generalize. No, you're wrong, mate. You're wrong.
Baba,
You should come
आमच्या
to our
गोंयकार, we don't spit on the roads, we don't throw garbage, we don't litter. Open up these goddamn gutka packets, 1 taka, and throw it out.
I don't know who you hang out with, buddy. But the people I hang out with, I've never seen them litter. I never seen them spit on the road. I can assure you that. So at least my immediate group, I can tell you, I'm very proud of that fact.
I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying I wish we had more facilities to teach and train people to put garbage in the right place, not to spit on the roads, not to litter, whatever. You can't stop the people coming to Diwar because you're scared they're going to litter.
It's got to do with your civic sense
Yeah.
and your culture. I think a lot of these people who go abroad
Yeah, why don't we do it abroad?
They don't do it abroad, but they'll come down and they do it here.
And
Right.
that's where the
Seen it.
politicians.
Everybody's seen that. I
That's
know.
where the political system, a good politician would implement this in school and teach youngsters,
yes.
harvest
So
them.
why don't you and I do it? Because we know that it's not good for the environment. But there are educated people
But
out
that's
there.
education.
It's got
No.
nothing to do with education.
Baba,
Because
it has everything to do with education.
There are
Listen, let me
No.
finish. I was educated as a kid, as a youngster in school. If you love the environment and you love Mother Nature, just put garbage in its place. Minimize the amount of garbage and waste you have, and put garbage in the garbage can, trash can. Don't throw it on the street.
But Merv, these are educated people I'm talking about, mate. They are gone abroad. They do what you just said. But when they come down here, they have a special pleasure of littering India or littering Goa. It's horrible. Please.
We will always tell them, though, if ever we see it outside, we'll always tell people, please pick it up. There's a bin at the side there. Please don't do this. Please pick that up.
Yeah.
And I know people have chased people in cars to say, hey,
I have.
listen, you've dropped
I've
this
chased a
rubbish.
bus when somebody threw a bottle on me.
My mom's chased many
I
people.
think I heard
Vina?
Vina saying that.
Yes. man.
Tuffy, good on her.
We should get her on the phone and she'll tell you all about it.
Get her on the phone. Let's talk to her.
This it comes straight from her mouth. It'll be better.
I tell you what, I'm a big proponent, just like I said, about sports, about talent, about education. Teach them young. That's not what you do. That's not how we take care of the place we love and call home. Not just Goa. I love Goa, but it should be all around the world, especially people in India need to be taught from a young age in school how to take care of the environment. It should be a course.
Yeah, but I think the teachers need to do a better job, because I've seen students from their school buses throwing litter out the bus.
Yes, very true. I've seen that too.
But
Agreed.
then their parents also need to instill that in them as well. But
What did we do back in the days? What did we do back in the days? We never had garbage as much as we do now. Everybody kept their own place clean. We had Dawn. I've spoken about this before. Dawn was all the wet, whatever, the stuff from the kitchen was fed to the pigs and replanted. And you had all the washing machine, and not washing machine, with the dishwashing, the liquid, the soapy water that went out to the banana plant. We did that at home. And garbage was put where it was supposed. You took care of. You were proud of where you lived, your house. You don't go out on the street and just because it's not your place, you chuck a bottle and anyway. That's another can of worms. But we need the education. I'm not saying it's about educated people not doing it. I'm saying we need to educate people not to do it from a young age, a very young age.
I'll tell you what. We need Yusuf Pitaji, the dictator, to get after these people, man.
We need to get a name for him. He wants to have this thing. He wants to change India into a dictatorship.
Yeah, Yusuf Pitaji. We gave him the name, mate. So we'll
His
make him.
actual name is Yusuf Mataji, but because he made that statement, we're going to call him a dictator. Less tater, more dick. He's going to be called. Sorry, Yusuf. He's going to be called Yusuf Pitaji. I cannot believe he actually said that. But do you throw garbage on the street?
No.
Liar.
It took a long time to answer that.
Wrong answer.
So in our area there is no garbage.
Sure too?
Peter,
Now recently there is.
what?
There's a little bit
There
more,
is
you
a
mean,
jungle.
rubbish
People
bins.
used to throw in
Yeah.
jungle.
But that's horrible when I go through those
What?
green areas and you come across these piles of garbage just all of a sudden.
I hate that.
You should see
Horrible.
the river behind your building.
It is sad. It's sad because you actually, you know what? You put a sign of God somewhere there and they stop. People stop urinating, spitting,
They
littering.
did that in Panjim.
They've done it in
That is
Panjim.
it actually works.
It does work, right?
I've seen that in
Why
Bangalore.
do you need to do that, though? Why should you have to do that? Why aren't people smart enough to know you can't throw litter?
I think, you know what, we'll start a campaign. Why don't we actually go through that? We'll do an experiment.
I barely enough time to pay attention. I don't have time to start these
Come on,
campaigns.
Korea.
We want to make people aware. That's what we're doing this show, is to make people aware of these topics. The best suggestions for making change in politics, and how do we stop this garbage problem? Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Merv Brito Show, 750-724-6246, on all of the social media platforms, everywhere you get your content online. Leave us a like, share the videos, subscribe to our channel, but most of all, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Get involved, leave us a message, give us a call. We want to put you on the air, or we want to air your suggestions.
Indeed.
You spoke about Elon Musk. Tesla's in India.
Yeah.
Yes,
Are
it
you a big
is.
fan? Yes, no, good, maybe, what?
Recently there was a video that came I saw it on social media, on Instagram. I'm pretty sure about that. So this guy is testing the Tesla in India, and I guess it's in Mumbai or one of these metros. And he shows the video shows the what do you call, the system that recognizes things around you. It shows that there are 2 bikes ahead of you. And when he says, I think Tesla needs to upgrade their software for India specifically, because the bikes was not bikes, but they were rickshaws.
Or a bullock cart, or a flippin' bull herder with a bunch of cows on the road.
India's
Tesla's
a
not
whole
ready.
different ball game, man. You master AI, self-driving in India, you can drive wherever.
If you can forget about self-driving, if you can drive in India, you can drive.
Yeah,
anywhere.
that's not true.
The only place worse than driving here in India, and I've experienced it, is driving in Vietnam.
Wow.
It is Vietnam puts India to shame, but yes, it's if you can drive here, you can drive anywhere. Okay, next topic. What are we talking about, boys and girls? We want to get to Ozzy. What are we talking about, my
Talking
darling?
about, tourism soaring in Goa.
No, that's bullshit. You know what? I saw this when we were going through the pre-show. Tourism soars and Goa. 54 lakh visitors in 6 months. First half of 2025 record arrivals, 95% from within India. I don't see that. I live here. I don't see that number of tourists. I don't know who's coming up with these
Well, they're
numbers.
basically saying that, out of that 54 lakh of tourists, actually nearly 52 lakh of them were actually from India themselves, so domestic tourists. So obviously the numbers are showing that they're up. However, how does that equate to spend? How does that equate to, success for tourist business here in Goa?
But this is really surprising, because I know last December people were complaining that there were not many tourists in Goa. So I don't know. But I think the stakeholders need to probably call into the show and tell us what's what.
Listen, boots on the ground. I haven't seen 54 lakh tourists. This place is a ghost town. So whoever's feeding you all this bullshit is not giving you all the right information.
Well, it was January to March are the peak season numbers.
Joanne, have you seen that many tourists in Goa?
Not as many as that, obviously, but you don't know exactly where they're all going, and whether they're coming for weddings, whether they're coming for conferences. But obviously, there seem to be less international tourists. It's broken down the numbers. So it was saying that in January there are about 70,000 foreign arrivals. February that was down to 61,000, then 56,000 in March. However, we know anecdotally that there are less people that are coming here because of those visa situations, prices going up, being able to go to Thailand, low cost of living, as well as not having that many problems getting visas and being hassled to get visas and all of those formalities and all.
There's a viewpoint that's come in for our previous topic. Just, would you want
One
me to
second,
read?
before we get to that,
Yeah.
I want to ask you about, I just saw you all, we were talking about this regenerative, the topic is regenerative.
tourism. Yeah,
That's
that's what they're claiming.
What is regenerative tourism? Can anybody explain that to me?
Launch put it out, open it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
aligning itself, go and read it. Aligning itself to the value of aspirations of famous Manila Declaration of War, tourism in 1980, and more recent G20 tourism ministers work against group meet in that Goa came up. The Goa Roadmap Tourism is a vehicle to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The Department of Tourism in Goa promises to transform the state into a model for regenerative tourism in India. I don't know what they're
So
saying.
they're just talking about people doing hinterland trails, heritage walks, spiritual and wellness retreats. So they're saying it's not just about it being a beach destination. They're trying to expand the scope of its appeal.
Brilliant.
But, that's something that... So Goa was the first state in India to announce that they wanted to go into regenerative tourism. But again, boots on the ground, how is that figuring out? They're claiming success.
And who's going to implement this? Who's going to make it happen? You've already killed, and this is like a red rag to a bull when you talk about tourism, because I remember how beautiful and how lovely this place was and how lovely the tourists that came here were. They spent a lot of money. I love India. I love our Indian tourists. They come here and they do their thing. But when you start talking about on an international stage, Goa as an international tourist destination, it used to be up there.
Yes.
And with all this bullshit, all this BS that they've made you jump through hoops, a lot of the people that were diehard fans that would come to India every year, now with the problems with visas, the cost, with travel, with all these, and we always get back to the taxi mafias getting ripped off, blah, 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 blah. Mate, this is not happening just overnight. This has happened over decades.
Decades.
And nobody's done anything. Now you want to try regenerative. You're claiming these big number, 54 lakh. Bullshit. You've killed the tourist industry here, and we've got Goa is such a beautiful place. Forget about the beaches, your temples, your churches, your historical sites. You've got so much to see. Yes, we spoke about, what was that trail? What Paula did.
Oh, the Camino.
The Camino.
Yeah.
Willie's
Spain
spoken
to
about these
Portugal.
guys that do these trips and do these walks. You've got loads of stuff.
Walking pilgrimage.
Yeah, that's amazing. If you could get more of that, because also there was the St. Francis, the exposition of St. Francis remains.
That's only one.
That was went into January this year, so that could have also contributed to the numbers.
We've killed the tourist industry, and until you have somebody with a brain or somebody smart enough to understand how to bring it back, all of these big words, regenerative and all this kind of crap is not going to make it. First, you learn to take care of the place. Home first, cleanliness, rules, implementation. Sadly, you attract people because cheap booze, cheap food, and they can get away with bloody murder in Goa.
By the way,
I was going to say that, what Jason had also earlier said about the overdevelopment as well.
Yeah.
So that's obviously contributing to, Goa kind of having less of an appeal for many, many people.
It's lost its shine.
Yeah.
I love this place. I wouldn't go anywhere else. But there are a lot of people that are not from Goa, that don't know Goa like I know Goa, that would think, why would I go there? It's too expensive. The visas are a hassle, nightmare. And you haven't, that's not the problem. The problem is you haven't changed to make it better over time. You're still in the same boat you were 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and people have moved on.
The thing is, these so-called plans, they're easy to say and talk about it. But are we actually implementing it is a question, man. Because you have those 5-year plans, right? The central government has a 5-year plan. The Goa government has a 5-year plan. It's all a plan, all on paper.
Yeah.
Nothing ever actually gets implemented and seen to its logical conclusion, which is the story of India actually.
It all comes back to governance. Governance. Politics, the ruling party, the people that do the... Who mentioned Singapore?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, Ajoy. Singapore, there are so many countries around the world that are properly governed. I'm not talking about the extremes of Singapore where you can't chew gum and all, but at the end of the day, you want to change for the better, for the positive. Take care of your citizens, take care of your people. You pay taxes, take care of the place, but you've got to have the right people that are leading the country. And sadly enough, that's why to a degree I agree with Yusuf Pitaji about having a dictatorship like you had Dr. Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia.
No, but I think from what Ajoy's point is, it's actually seeing things through, because also I had read earlier on in the week as well that Goa has now announced that they've got some rules and regulations and guidance on AI. So yes, everybody's going crazy about AI and how that's going to impact jobs and how people can utilize it for the good. But, all of these things are all well and good on paper, but actually seeing them through to implementation and, for the benefit of people, that's what's really important.
The irony is we've got rules and regulations for AI, but where's the AI? I. That's all I can say, Baba.
AI is like, hey,
I.
That's AI. AI jadu korta mare, kadka korta mare to. I'm just going AI koro. Bara mare to AI munta. We don't have anything to worry about. There's no jobs here that these. You know what? We've got jobs here that AI can have. There's so many jobs that we don't really want. But okay, enough. We're not going to get into it.
Can they get the litter? Can we have some robots?
Garbage. Can AI fix garbage? There you go. Tourism department spends. Thank you, Ajoy. Next time, wait till I'm reading it before you cut it off, yeah?
Here you go, Mo.
Department, read it out, mate. Read it out. What does it say? Tourism department spent Fucking, he keeps doing that, dude.
Tourism department spent 25 crore to lure domestic travelers to Goa.
Where did they spend? I want to know. That's Mr. Rohan County. Where did you spend 26.3 crores to promote Goa internationally?
They go to a lot of conferences. They go to world travel fairs, as well as obviously, I'm sure, advertising.
26.3 crores is a lot of money.
But
have you seen
your domestic tourists? You need to spend that much to get domestic tourists.
Where's the ROI? Where are you seeing that by spending that much money, it's having an effect down the road, next month, next year, 5 years
But
from
that's
now?
what I said. How much are they spending when they're here? What is that return on investment, like you've just said?
But the ROI on the number of tourists coming is one thing. Where are you seeing the effects? Who's got there's the England-India match, 4 test. What's going on? 278 for 4.
No,
Yeah?
That's
33 ones.
something on that page. But you know what? I found an anomaly here. The headline says tourism department spent 25 crore to lure domestic travelers to Goa. Fine. But it goes on to say Goa's tourism department spent 26.3 crore to promote Goa internationally.
How does that make any sense, guys?
So the domestic tourists have to go first to international and then magir potun anga yung jai.
No. We're not understanding this, yeah?
But it's saying 31 road shows, 24.9 crore
Yeah.
on road shows for Goa Tourism Department
Who
from
the
March
fuck-
2022.
Who is doing these road shows? Who's out there promoting Goa? What are they doing? And why aren't you seeing the results?
Baba, I can say, but it become very controversial. Korea, it is all set up nicely for who you know
What do you mean?
for a paid holiday.
Yeah, but somebody's listen. You've got a chief minister, you've got an IT minister, you've got a tourism minister, you've got an interior minister, you've got all these. They have to report to somebody. There are people that want you to be transparent. You've got to put these results somewhere. If you spend 26.3 crore to promote Goa internationally, you've got to be able to audit that and report back that I spent this much doing all these different things to a total of 26.3. Right?
You know what?
Accountability.
Exchequer. You're who's the goddamn auditor? Who's checking these? So what? You give me 26 crore and I'm going to promote it in my own way? 25 and a half goes in my pocket? So why are we not seeing the results? We're happy. I come back to the same thing, Ajo. We pay taxes. You're happy to pay your taxes. I pay taxes. I pay a lot in tax. I'm happy to pay those tax. But I want that money spent in the right way where I see a little bit of benefit. No?
I'll tell you how it works, man. I go on a holiday, right? I come back home. My mom says, why do you spend so much money? I said, I spent it on water. But actually, I drank kafini outside, wherever. The same thing.
I don't get the analogy.
Magir.
Baba, you can put all the 54 lakh tourists that came to go. I haven't seen 54 lakhs, dude.
I think they are including the workers,
Huh?
the roadside workers and all who stay in Mapsa. I think they are
Those
including them.
poor fellows really need a holiday, poor fellows.
Yeah.
Work so
Those
hard.
people
Moving
were
along.
so-
Let's not. I'm going to get really. My blood pressure is
But
going to get
then
up.
we were talking about litter, just good tourism. Show that there was that guy who was applauded on social media.
Yeah, that's
Picking
that.
up
Andre.
litter at a waterfall.
Oh.
This guy, an overseas tourist, was in India, and he was applauded for picking up litter at a
Salute, bro.
waterfall.
Salute. Let's show this picture. We're going to read this a little bit. I want to go ahead, Willie. You want to read some of the comments that have come in or whatever? You can go let people know about what they're.
So
yeah.
there was this one lady who was saying we should put sufficient big bins and regular pickups by the municipality. That will help, and yes, signboards to remind people.
Absolutely.
But I have seen where they put signboards, people tend to throw more garbage over there.
No, that's not true. That's
No, that's true, Mom.
You need proper facilities.
Baba, you throw your garbage out?
I keep my garbage in
Te
this
paso
place.
tu no.
Can I just say also, I know a lot of these people with the animal welfare, and they always say that there's a lot of these garbage dumps and rubbish dumps. It attracts all of those dogs, and then it attracts all of those rats and all of that.
And the
kind of
cows
stuff.
eat. The cows go and eat the
and
plastics,
all
dude.
of these animals are also getting ill, infected,
Yes.
all of these different things. So it's affecting, all of the animals locally too.
What I'm saying to you is if you have the proper infrastructure, you have garbage. Listen, again, I'm going back to the same point. Why don't you do what's being done successfully in other countries? You have these fixed garbage things where you can come and dump them and clean them, and they're being done all around the world. Why can't we implement those kind of things right here in Goa, mate? You're a tourist destination. You have to be kept clean or try to keep the place clean. Employ people to sweep. You've got some of the filthiest toilets. You've got some of the stinkiest bathrooms when you travel and go to these. These are government facilities, yes, where you've got not only people, but you've got staff that need to use them.
Yes.
And all of this is overlooked. These are not the right people teaching the other people in the chain to take care of these facilities. Why don't you have garbage cans around outdoors? by the beach where people can actually throw litter and put them in. You know what I'm saying?
See, it's a double-edged sword. I've seen, like for example, in Myanmar, they've installed these things, and in a few months they're broken. Who
Yeah,
breaks them?
but because they have to be maintained. Miramar is a goddamn beach, and there's salt water, and they need to be maintained and painted. And
Oh, Baba, that's got nothing to do with salt.
then,
We have salt in our diets a lot. Don't worry, it doesn't kill us. But what I'm trying to say is, it's got to do with the mentality of us Indians, mate. That's a video, and we'll do it on the next show. There's this. I think it's in Pune or it's in Mumbai. There's this what do you call art installation. It's a sculpture of a bull or something like that. Okay, that has been placed, and it's a beautiful sculpture. The only problem, the poor sculpture, the person who made the sculpture didn't close the ears. It was kept open. So now that is being used as a garbage bin.
Oh, you're
people taught it.
joking.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
terrible.
This what we're talking about. We're talking about infrastructure. We're talking about changes, positive changes that need to be made here in Goa. If you love this place and you want to see these changes, you've got to put the right people in place, and you've got to have the right people that can train people down the line, down the chain, to be able to do their jobs properly. Yeah, I mean, wow, good job, mate. You're picking up garbage. That's what everybody should be doing, and we salute somebody like this who's doing it in our country. Somebody from obviously from somewhere else, but it's an absolute shame that this is happening, and nobody's doing more about it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, see, having these tourists come and actually clean up our own environment, we should be ashamed of ourselves. We should be doing it ourselves.
You think anybody's ashamed?
I am. That should count.
I think it's a
It does
goddamn
count.
crime.
It does count, and
Okay.
it's also
Guys, we're running
generating
short of
more
time. Let's
awareness.
move this along, please.
So the thing is, obviously, also contributing to the rubbish is a lot of these liquor bottles that get thrown about all over the place,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of leads us in nicely to
Alcohol, more alcohol. Pune Excise Department cracks down illegal liquor trade. Look at those poor guys being made. You know what? This is such a joke, dude. Those poor guys are pissed off because they got caught. They caught cheap liquor in Pune.
Yes.
So they were bringing it from Goa, so it was Goa-made alcohol, and so there was like nearly 32 lakhs worth of alcohol seized. But apparently they were acting on a tip-off.
Can I tell you how stupid this is? I don't get it, mate. You can have all the rules in the world. Why should alcohol from Goa be illegal anywhere else? Just pay the damn taxes. Let them
But
pay
it's
the
cheaper
tax.
here, Mervyn.
So why don't you make it cheaper elsewhere? Or if you're going to listen, it's because they don't want people to drink. You can tax anything you want, all you want to, and people are still going to do it illegally. When you properly enforce rules and regulations and taxes and all these kind of things, it should be made. You can have liquor anywhere in the state, anywhere in the country. Pay the taxes, pay the right thing. Why should you need police to enforce illegal? I mean, there's going to be stuff that's happening all the time anyway.
See, the taxes here are cheaper when it comes to alcohol,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Compared to the
I know,
neighboring
I
states.
know,
So that's
I know.
one. But you've got to ask yourself the question: is there any elections happening in Pune somewhere? Maybe that's where this money.
It's not a big amount. It's 50. What is it? 30 lakhs. 31.56 lakhs.
A
seized.
small bottle of alcohol, however cheap, will make a difference between getting a vote and not getting a vote in India. Please understand. Arey Baba, you're coming from Trump land. Kite re?
Wow. I think it's a joke, dude. It's sad because you have this issue that's happening here where booze is cheap.
At least let them take Feni Murray. I'll give it for free. Promote Feni. Feni is good for everybody.
Don't you say that on the air. You'll have people. A lot of my basketball friends will come. I know a guy named Lawrence that will call you.
As
mate.
long
You
as
talk
they'll
about
make the
free
trip
fare.
to Pune and in that direction, promote Feni. I think Feni is good.
That's a shame. All right. How many more? We got any more? We're going to go through. I want to get to
plenty.
Ozzy, guys. It's already 7:24.
Yeah.
we
But you
need to
wanted
do-
talk about animal welfare.
I got to say this. You know what? I'm going to do this as a PSA. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Merv Brito Show. We like to highlight what kind of causes. Causes benevolent, causes that are...
Worthy causes that have
Worthy.
impact on the community.
So my neighbor had a dog that was on heat, a little bitch, very, very small, young couldn't be a year old. Really cute doggies that came out and played every day, and then she got on heat, and he had all the dogs from the neighborhood with fighting and biting, and it's really vicious and all. And Joanne's friend, a lady named Katerina
Yep.
from Condolim, they came over here voluntary.
Yeah, she came with her friend Julie.
And they
They're
came
doing
in-
a lot of work with ASA.
They
outreach.
picked up the dogs. They picked up a couple of the dogs.
Yeah.
The guy was smart enough that my neighbor was nice enough to let them take the dog. They took the dogs away for 3 days. They got spayed, they got neutered, and bought them back. It didn't cost them a penny, but they accept donations, which I think is really admirable. And the reason I'm saying this, and I want to make this point, it happens all the time, all over the place. And if you've got a pet, you need to be responsible and make sure you take care of the pet's needs, from the rabies shots to the ticks to the fleas to the bathing, the cleaning, collars, whatever. But especially when these dogs are in heat. I've seen the most vicious fights over the years that I've been around, at times when dogs are in heat and these males are just fighting and biting each other and tearing off ears to get to and they don't have a clue why. They have, it's animal instinct.
Correct.
So a big shout out to ASA. It's the outreach program. It is Amazon India Adoris.
We'll put the link.
I'm gonna put this- Andrew, I want this
we
card.
want them to donate also.
I want to put this card.
1 second more. 1 second. Yeah.
Can you see this? How can you help us? And I want to put this on the website for me, yes? So the fact of the matter, the number is 814-989-3087. These guys are absolute rock stars in my books. They did this. We're going to make a donation. But if you have a pet and you genuinely love your dog, you really want to take care of your dog, female or male, rather than just let it go out there and procreate and make puppies that are not going to be taken care of, do the right thing. Just give them a call, make a donation. They will come and pick the dog up. You've got to be smart enough to let them do that, by the way. You have a lot of people that say, oh, it's going to change my dog forever. I can't let it happen, blah, blah, blah. That's not what you're thinking about. You're thinking about taking care of your dog. Give them a call. The number is 814-989-3087. It is ASA Outreach. And I
Yes.
thank you for doing that dog.
So what they do is they talk about ABCs, and that's the animal birth control. And so really, like you say, it's just extremely important to ensure that there is more control, because you don't want all of these strays running around. You don't want them getting vicious, fighting over each other, or, just starving to death. I mean, it's not fair on the animals.
It's
and
not.
also, when they're fighting, they get injured, they get maggots, and they can't...
And they die.
Yeah.
If you love animals,
Yep.
if you love animals, your own or your neighbors, and you have a little brain in that head of yours, and you want to do something to take care of these things, these animals and pets that you love so much, give the ASA a call. They do great work. Ladies and gentlemen, we coming to the end of the show,
Well,
right?
yeah, but we had a really lovely, as we talk about dog is a man's best friend, we had a lovely heartwarming story as well about this dog called Rocky that saved a village.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so they unfortunately...
Shut up.
Yeah, he did.
Heroic
he did.
dog Rocky alerts Indian village of oncoming landslide. Saving
So it was
dog.
a very small village. So he saved maybe about 66 people in the village or so. But he was yapping and barking, and he was just getting his owner's attention. The owner came out and saw that there was a crack in the wall, then went outside and could see this landslide coming. And then he picked up the dog and went running around the village, and they all got to safety. And so lovely little Rocky saved the day. How cute.
Very cute. I'm a big
It
dog
was in the
person.
middle of the night also.
And he's tiny. He's a pup, dude.
You'd love that dog.
I love all dogs. I'm a big dog lover. That is a good story. That we're coming close to the end. What do you got? You showed Trump. Are you actually going to show Trump in Scotland? Turn Betty, Dun Betty, huh?
Yeah, but he's...
Not
he's-
blueberry, gooseberry, turn Betty.
So
What
he's basically supposed to be on a private visit. Obviously begs the question why a sitting president is over in another country promoting his own businesses.
That makes
But
no
then
sense.
additionally, he's doing some diplomacy. So he's meeting the head of the European Union, van der Leyen. And
Von der
also-
Leyen.
or Van der Leyen, however you want to.
Van Halen.
Ursula. He's meeting
Ursula.
her today. He's meeting Keir Starmer tomorrow. John Swinney, First Minister of Scotland, tomorrow. So he's obviously weaving in some, tariff talks as well into the equation. But he's largely there to open up his new golf course.
I don't understand
Which
how that
is
works, because as a sitting
named after his own
president,
mother.
you shouldn't be allowed to promote business, or you should be. Anyway,
It's
whatever.
all about golf. He's a big golf
Yeah.
fan.
Speaking of golf, that is my sport. I love my golf. I wish I was at Turnberry. I wish I was at any goddamn golf course, or even a driving range for that matter. I miss my golf.
But you know, Trump's mum was Scottish, so she emigrated to America when she was 18.
Okay,
So
well-
that's how come he's got links. And obviously, Scotland is where golf was invented. It's the home.
It's not invented, it was born. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show. This week's been definitely one of the hardest weeks for all rock fans. You can see this poster behind me. I'm a huge classic rock. I love my music, full stop. I listen to everything from rap, hip hop, reggae. I listen to everything, but I've always been a huge metal fan. Ajoy's the same. We lost.
I want to ask you something first before you get into Ozzy.
Okay.
Yeah, because remember we were talking over dinner last night, and it's linked to Goan bands going to the UK for a summer festival in Swindon. So we wanted to also reach out to a lot of Goan communities. You know, there's people on Facebook. There's a lot of activities going on globally, and there's Goa. People from Goa are being exported globally in order to kind of help people celebrate Goa.
They're all over the world.
So we should be doing more of that, and we should be getting a lot of those groups, the diaspora, contacting us because
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, so they did that. They did a Sanjao festival. They've just done a summer festival also.
I'm so going to London, this Swindon.
In Swindon, yeah.
Wow.
We would love to do a live call with anybody at these events if they're happening at the same time. So do give us a call, or we'll do a recording and we'll edit on the show. So
Can I tell you, I see an Asda bag, but I don't see any garbage. If this was here in fucking Azad Maidan,
There
there'd
you
be
go.
plastic everywhere, mare.
Yeah.
It's nice to see our Goans. They're all over the world, by the way. I know I've seen Goan communities everywhere, and they celebrate their heritage, their roots. And like I always say, you want to be proud of the place you came by, celebrate the place,
Yeah.
but you also want to talk about it and talk about it to the sky, to people that don't know about it. You want to be proud of where you came from.
Absolutely.
We've got such a gem here in Goa, and I'd love so many more good things to be
yeah,
conversations about from this place. Man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Sorry, Joanne.
I was just saying, because obviously, in order to help the Goans overseas and their families, to kind of tap into their roots and heritage, they actually took bands from Goa to actually play live at the festival itself. So I think that's lovely, and obviously,
Swindon.
Yeah, in Swindon. So obviously, we want to reach out a little bit more to a lot of these communities that are pockets of people around the world, and obviously keeping connected with Goa.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care where you are in the world. If you've got a connection to Goa, we'd love to hear from you. I've interacted with people in the Middle East from Goa. There's a huge Goan community in the Middle East, in Bahrain, in a lot of Qatar, in Doha, and a lot of these places have got huge Goan communities, and they're so proud of Goa, and they miss this place. I'd love to hear from you guys. Swindon had a festival where they flew out bands from here.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
We were at dinner last night with Mark and Priyanka, and I called him Mr. Dinger. He's not Mr. What's his name?
Love.
Bagara. And I'm so sorry about that. I was so embarrassed. But
our
we
friend
met up with Daryl mentioned about this festival about
singer.
Swindon.
Yeah.
And we'd love to hear from these guys. No?
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, we're going to get into the end of the show, and I'm coming back to a very sad place. We spoke about this. We lost Hulk Hogan, which is massive in itself as a huge superstar in the wrestling world, but we are going to talk about something that is very close to our hearts. Ajoy's a big fan. We were talking about this before the show, how we would love to be at his farewell concert in Birmingham.
Yeah.
We didn't get to make it, and that was his swan song, his
Absolutely.
end of career. Ajoy, I'm going to leave this to you, but we're talking about they call him the Prince of Darkness, but he is an absolute rock god. Was, is, always will be. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the one and only Ozzy Osbourne. May he rest in peace. But it made me tear up when I saw him sing that song at the end of the concert, because that's the last time he was going to sing Mama, I'm Coming Home. He sang songs like Dreamer, Crazy Train, Bark at the Moon, his albums, Diary of a Madman, Blizzard of Oz. I mean, I could go on and on forever. See you on the other side. Ozzy Osbourne, you will be sadly missed. Ajoy, all yours, my friend.
Yeah, what a legend, man. What a legend. I think his impact was so huge and you can see it after his death. You can see the accolades, the thanks that
The tributes.
so many people, tributes, so many bands, people from country and Western music are thanking the guy. So, and I think it had to do not only with the fact that he, along with Black Sabbath, had created something unique from Birmingham, which is very interesting. And I think it was just providence in the way they managed to create that music. But I think it was just him being him, and not changing for anybody. And I think he was, he may come across as rough, but he was a genuine soul, and I think that was appreciated. I don't think he had a lot of air about him. Like simple things, like for example, Moby of all people, the artist Moby, who's in the electronic scene, was saying that he was collaborating with Ozzy maybe a week before he died, and they came out with chimpanzee paintings, which they sold for charity to help chimpanzees. Can you imagine that?
He raised, I didn't know that, but I've got my black T-shirt on. He raised 190 odd million pounds with that concert for charities. So as much as people thought he was crazy, he was a madman, he was worshipped the devil and all this bullshit, Ozzy is a legend. He did all his antics as part of his act, but he was a genuinely good guy. Deep down inside, he was really, really nice, kind, sweet. And he will be sorely missed.
Defo.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the show this week. As always, we'll be doing this all over again next Sunday. In the meantime, we'd love to hear from you. Our social media channels, all online, all our social media platforms. Please do. Share, subscribe, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Are we going to play something out from Ozzy?
Yeah.
Can we?
I was
Yes.
going to say also, why don't we get people just to see whether they can see old episodes of the Osbournes, because that was hilarious.
Hilarious. It's on
I
YouTube,
loved
by the way.
that.
And he used to have his family started a podcast after that.
Yeah.
So you want to have a laugh, just go watch that, man. It's
it's amazing.
It's heartwarming. And you know what? They called him a Satanist and all of that. I think it's just an act.
It was.
And he was just trying to get publicity, and he actually didn't know what the difference between a ghost. I saw an episode just before I came here where he was talking about ghosts, and he didn't even know what a ghost looked like. So
He wakes up next to Sharon, didn't he?
Yeah, and yeah.
A real family man, though, and
Yeah,
obviously the love
definitely.
is really
He
genuine from all the
Are they called Brummies?
Brummies, yeah.
He made Brummies very proud. He was from
Absolutely.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
He was the ultimate rock star. When you look up rock star in the dictionary, you should have a picture of Ozzy. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Merv Brito Show. We're all Ozzy Osbourne fans. He will be sorely missed. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll play out this montage that we did for Ozzy, and then
we'll end the show.
we'll end the show.
Take care of yourselves and take care of one another. And until next week, thank you for tuning into the Merv Brito Show. Have a brilliant week.